Hi, I'm Thomas. I study in Munich. I study on the one hand at the University of Munich, political science, and on the other hand, I study at the Technical University of Munich, management and technology. The reason is that I'm always fascinated by this intersection of new technology, new business models, and policy, how these three poles interact with each other. That's why I study political science and management and technology. And the reason why I study this at these two universities here in Munich is, on the one hand, these two universities are like the top in Germany. It's great to be here with amazing professors and students. On the other hand, it's great that we have this very scientific and research-oriented old University of Munich, over 500 years old, one of the oldest universities in the world. And on the other hand, we have the Technical University of Munich, which is superbly connected to industry, to big tech companies, to like some of the biggest tech and automotive companies in the world, all based here in Munich. So this connection of these two top-notch universities combined with the incredible quality of life here in Munich, with its beer halls and the skiing possibilities and the sailing possibilities, is just really a unique experience for me. So here we're in one of my favorite libraries. It's the State Library of Bavaria, and lots of students from the University of Munich as well as the Technical University love going here. It's fun to study chilling beside Schiller, Goethe and Plato, and we have to come here quite early because it gets full really early in the morning. I'm here with Kelly, my good friend from political science. We know each other for a year already from political science classes at the university.
Yes, I am American. I'm originally from San Diego, California. And what originally attracted me to Munich, well, Germany in general, was just the attitude of the people. I think that the people here are so friendly and they have a really interesting outlook on society and the environment. And as a student here, I have had really remarkable experiences that surprisingly are not that different compared to my experiences at an American university. My professors and teachers are really friendly and engaging and really interested in their research, as are my classmates. And I have been fortunate enough to have a lot of classes in English, which has been really helpful.
So here you see bullet holes in the university wall, and you also see like a plaque commemorating peace here. You see these kind of spots all over the city every time commemorating peace and saying how important it is that we as a people all over the world, also in Europe, work peacefully together. So now we're here on the rooftop bar of the library. It's really cool to just get an espresso with this beautiful view during a day of studying. And from up here you can see how close everything is. The two universities of Munich, the big ones, are located in the city center, at the heart of the city. You see that the other universities over there, lots of nice spots for cafes are all around here, libraries, as well as museums and places for art exhibitions. And also you can see over there the Alps. It's just like 1 hour and then you can go skiing, and the lakes are also just 20 minutes away. So the quality of life is huge here in Munich. So we're here at the heart of the University of Munich, beside the memorial of the White Rose. The White Rose was a group of students and their friends during the Nazi regime who were fighting against it and who threw pamphlets. And in the pamphlets, they had messages of Nazi resistance, that the students should resist the Nazi regime. Immediately afterwards, Nazis came here, the police, and arrested them, and they were executed the next day. We have the memorial site here in the university, and it's also such that the street in front of the university is named after them, as well as the Political Science Institute at which I study. For political science, this university is a very scientific and research-oriented course. So I would recommend this is really good for people who love diving deeply into political and international affairs, who want to go about this very analytically and have a very research-driven approach. When you apply, there will probably be an entrance exam for people who don't reach a certain level. And for this entrance exam, I can just recommend to have a relaxed attitude and to just read a bit in the days and weeks beforehand about current political affairs, about logic, about some statistics, and then you're good to go. Similarly, for Management and Technology Master at the Technical University, for many people there's also an entrance exam besides the other criteria. And for the entrance exam, it's an oral exam where they test your personality as well as your analytical thinking. And I can very much recommend studying Management and Technology at the Technical University for anybody who's really interested in a very entrepreneurial, hands-down approach where you have got a lot to do with big tech companies. You have a lot of seminars and a lot of classes where you actually go into the companies, where you even consult big leading worldwide companies, where you have a great interaction also with the professor. So now we're at Unternehmertum. It's the entrepreneurial hub of the TUM. And I'd love to introduce you to Gabriele. He studies physics at TUM, and he will tell us about the Hyperloop project they were working on.
So I'm from the VAR Hyperloop team. We are a student group here at TUM that is building Hyperloop prototypes for the SpaceX Hyperloop Pod competition, a competition which is organized by Elon Musk's company SpaceX in California. The competition is about building prototype of a futuristic transport system that Elon Musk proposed in 2013, the so-called Hyperloop. And the idea is to transport people from one city to the next at very high speeds, up to the speed of sound, which is over 1,000 kilometers per hour. What we're building here is a small prototype, small capsules, Hyperloop pods, that try to test and bring forward the technology needed for this transport system. This capsule we built here in particular is a small capsule that would build with the idea of trying to travel as fast as possible in a tube that SpaceX built in California. This prototype over here reached 324 kilometers per hour for the second competition, and that allowed us to win it. And right now we're working on a new prototype, a third prototype here at TUM that will hopefully go even faster and win the next competition in summer 2018.
Yeah, so now we're going to a nice student cafe directly opposite from university to have a nice hot espresso. The cool thing is they also have poetry slams and concerts and other great cultural events. So for international students, for example, it's really great because there are lots of international associations at the Munich universities where they go to Oktoberfest, they go to beautiful sites like Schloss Neuschwanstein, you know, the Disney castle, You can go skiing, you can just have a nice beer like in this place, or you can go to cocktail bars, jazz bars. This city has crazy amount of leisure opportunities, and yeah, it's a good way to relax after the university.
If you like this video and you want to learn more about top universities around the world, please subscribe.